That cardboard carton of chicken stock sitting in your pantry right now is not the chicken you think it is. The liquid is golden and it smells like chicken when you crack it open. But a lot of what's actually in that box is salt, something called natural flavor, yeast extract, and a handful of other processed shortcuts. Today we're pulling back the curtain, and not just about which broths taste good or bad, but actually decoding what's in the carton and why it matters when you cook. Because the broth you build your soup, your risotto, your pan sauce on, that's the foundation, and if it's fake, you can taste it in every bite. Even if you can't quite name what's wrong, subscribe and grab a spoon. We're going straight into the pot. If you only take one thing away from this video, make it this one. This is the boxed stock that probably lives in your pantry right now. The boxed broth that's essentially salty water dressed up with flavor chemistry to taste like something it isn't. Take great value chicken broth from Walmart. The front of the carton is doing serious work. A gorgeous bowl of golden broth, maybe some noodles, a sprig of parsley. It looks like your grandmother's Sunday afternoon project. You flip it over and read the ingredient list, and the story changes fast. Chicken stock is in there, yes, but then immediately it states contains less than 2% of salt, sugar, natural flavor, caramel color, yeast extract, chicken fat. And it keeps going. That chickeny punch you get when you first open the carton, it's not coming from a pile of roasted bones that spent hours in a pot. It's coming from natural flavor and yeast extract, processed glutamates that are engineered specifically to trigger the same part of your brain that real, slow-simmered stock would. Flavor chemists are genuinely good at what they do. The problem is you're tasting the chemistry, not the chicken. Kroger's less sodium fat-free chicken broth plays the same game with a slightly different lineup. You'll see chicken broth near the top of the ingredient list, but right behind it come the flavor enhancers, yeast extract, plus a few vegetable concentrates to add color and aroma to the water. The reduced sodium is the headline on the front. The actual substance in the carton is mostly an afterthought. Here's the fastest way to catch this type in the wild. Check the protein line on the nutrition label. Real chicken stock came from actual bones, and meat simmered for hours, so it picks up protein from the connective tissue and meat as it cooks. Even a modest, mass-produced boxed stock will show you a few grams of protein per cup if there's anything meaningful in there. These saltwater and costume products, you're often looking at 0 to 1 gram of protein per serving, plenty of salt, plenty of engineered flavor, almost no body. You notice it the moment you start cooking with it. The soup smells reasonable and tastes okay in the bowl, but it doesn't have that deep, rounded, slightly silky quality that real stock brings. You know that feeling when real stock coats the back of a spoon, and there's a faint stickiness on your lips after a sip? This stuff doesn't do that. Rice cooked in it tastes seasoned, not enriched. Pan sauces cooked with it reduce down into something sharp and salty instead of something glossy and complex. You end up reaching for butter and cream just to patch the gap. This broth is fine if you're genuinely in a pinch and just need something hot and vaguely savory in a bowl. But let's be honest about what it is. Great value chicken broth isn't selling you stock. It's selling you the feeling of stock, which is a different thing entirely. This fake type is older than the carton, and in some ways it's more honest about what it is, because at least it doesn't try to look like something you simmered. This is the little foil-wrapped cube in your pantry that promises rich stock in about 30 seconds. And it does technically deliver on that promise. It's just that what it delivers has almost nothing to do with real stock. Look at Kroger chicken bouillon cubes. The front of the box shows a steaming bowl of soup and the phrase chicken-flavored bouillon. That word flavored is doing a lot of quiet work there. Flip to the ingredients and the picture gets clearer. Salt, sugar, maltodextrin, corn syrup solids, hydrolyzed corn protein, monosodium glutamate, autolyzed yeast extract, and then, somewhere near the bottom, a small amount of chicken fat and dehydrated chicken broth. This isn't dehydrated stock, it's a umami brick. Compressed salt, sweeteners, and flavor enhancers with just enough actual chicken in the fine print to justify the picture on the box. Essential Everyday's bouillon cubes play an almost identical game. Salt is the first ingredient, followed by MSG, hydrolyzed soy protein, yeast extract, and artificial flavors. There may be a token mention of dehydrated stock near the end of the list, but the job of these cubes isn't to be broth, it's to taste like broth. Those are not the same thing. Walmart's Great Value Chicken Bouillon powder works on the same principle, just in a jar instead of a foil square. A spoonful dissolved in hot water smells and tastes like chicken soup, because flavor chemists are genuinely skilled at replicating that experience. Salt, MSG, and fat hit your brain's savory receptors at exactly the right frequency. And your brain says, this is what stock tastes like. It's convincing. It's just not real. To be fair, bouillon has a legitimate place in the kitchen. If you're seasoning a pot of rice pilaf and you want a hint of chicken-flavored salt, a cube is cheap, fast, and effective. If you forgot to buy broth and you need something in a pinch, a cube dissolved in hot water will get the job done. Nobody's saying throw it away. But there's a meaningful difference between using bouillon as a seasoning shortcut and using it as the liquid foundation of a dish. If your chicken soup, risotto, or your braise is built on water plus a bouillon cube, you're not cooking with broth. You're cooking with a very convincing flavored salt water. Keep a jar of it as a backup singer in your pantry, just don't use it as the lead vocalist. This is where good marketing really earns its money. This fake type wears the healthiest costume in the whole lineup. It puts bone broth in big letters across the front and backs it up with a parade of wellness buzzwords: organic, free-range, collagen, gut health, without necessarily delivering what a person cooking a serious meal actually needs. Start with Simple Truth organic chicken bone broth from Kroger. The label hits all the right notes: organic, free-range chicken, bone broth, the whole halo of health associations. And to be fair, the ingredient list does include organic chicken broth made from actual chicken, bones, and vegetables. That's not nothing. But then you also see organic chicken flavor, organic cane sugar, yeast extract, and various herbs and spices doing extra work to fill in the gaps. The protein numbers look reasonable on paper, but the flavor and body have been augmented in the processing facility. This is a boxed product trying to straddle the line between real bone broth and regular shelf-stable stock and landing somewhere in the middle. Then there's Ancient Nutrition Bone Broth Collagen Protein Powder. On the tub, it's marketed as bone broth protein, sometimes chocolate-flavored, sometimes unflavored pure. The base is concentrated and dehydrated bone broth protein combined with collagen, then blended with sweeteners and additional flavorings. As a protein supplement that you stir into a smoothie, fine, if that's what you're after. As actual cooking broth, that's a stretch that shouldn't be taken seriously. Here's the thing about real bone broth that makes it worth understanding. When it's genuinely made the right way, bones in cold water, long slow simmer, proper aromatics, the collagen from the connective tissue breaks down into gelatin. When you refrigerate that broth, it should set, it should wobble, it should have a slight jiggle when you shake the container. That texture is the physical proof that something real happened in that pot. Pour a bone broth carton into a pot and watch it. If it behaves exactly like the cheap boxed broth from the first category, thin, clear, completely liquid, you're dealing with a costume. If you dissolve a scoop of chocolate-flavored collagen powder into hot water, you're making a supplement drink, not a stock. Costume bone broth isn't evil. In some cases, it's delivering real collagen and real protein. And for the people who are buying it as a health product, it might be perfectly appropriate. The issue is that has some collagen in it and is real bone broth that will transform your cooking are very different claims. Your pan sauce, soup base, or risotto can tell the difference between the two, even when the marketing can't. This is where good intentions go sideways. Diet Frankenstein broth is the reduced sodium, reduced fat, light category of broths. They sound healthy on the front of the carton. They've solved the problem everyone was complaining about, and too much salt. But they've done it by leaving every other industrial shortcut intact. The result is something that tastes thin, flat, and faintly off in a way that's hard to pinpoint but impossible to ignore when you're actually cooking with it. The classic example is Progresso Reduced Sodium Chicken Broth. The front shouts 33% less sodium and no MSG added, in a way that implies something genuinely wholesome is inside. Flip it over and you'll find chicken broth. flavorings, vegetable stock, and yeast extract, still doing the heavy lifting, just in a slightly less salty bath. The flavor engineering from the original formula is fully intact. The salt dial has simply been turned down. The problem is that in regular, full-sodium fake broth, the salt is doing a lot of the work that makes it taste like anything at all. Pull out a significant chunk of that salt, leave the same thin liquid base, and the same modest amounts of flavoring, and you end up with something that tastes like someone described chicken soup to hot water and hoped for the best. In a pot of soup, it drinks like warm, vaguely chickeny water. In rice, it barely registers. In a pan sauce, you're cooking it down and watching it get thinner and more hollow instead of more concentrated and complex. You end up compensating. Extra butter, a splash of wine, more herbs, more seasoning, and you're essentially doing the work that the broth was supposed to do. If you're cooking for genuine health reasons and you need to limit sodium, the better path is to take a real, rich stock, something from the second half of this video, and dilute it with water to get the sodium to where you need it. You'll still have body, gelatin, and actual flavor to work with. What you won't have is Diet Frankenstein's hollow shell. Before we get to the real stuff, here's a quick cheat code you can use in any grocery store aisle. Flip the carton over and check 3 things. First, look at the order of ingredients. If the list starts with water, then chicken broth. Then natural flavor and yeast extract appear near the top. You're looking at flavored water. Real stock puts chicken and vegetables first and doesn't need a long list of flavor additives to taste like anything. Second, check the protein line. If a full cup of chicken stock delivers 0 to 1 gram of protein, there's not much chicken in there. Real stock made from actual bones and meat will give you at least 3 to 4 grams per serving, often more. Third, count the extras. A long parade of flavoring, yeast extract, hydrolyzed proteins, and color additives is a red flag. Real stock is a fairly short recipe. Chicken, vegetables, water, a little salt. It doesn't need costume jewelry. Subscribe and let's talk about the stuff that actually cooks like stock. Real stock starts with bones and meat. Packaging comes second. There are a handful of brands in the standard grocery store aisle that get genuinely close to this. Kitchen Basics. Original chicken stock is one of the most consistently well-regarded options at the mainstream level. When America's test kitchen and similar outfits line up chicken stocks for blind tasting, Kitchen Basics lands near the top with regularity because it actually tastes like chicken and has real body. The ingredient list reads like a recipe. Chicken stock made from chicken, carrots, celery, onions, and herbs, with a small amount of salt added. No high fructose corn syrup, no artificial flavors. A cup delivers around 4 grams of protein, which already tells you something meaningful is in there. The difference shows up immediately in the bowl. It's savory and slightly cloudy. There's a faint stickiness on your lips after you sip it. The subtle sign that gelatin is present. In soup, it tastes like you actually did something. In pan sauces, it reduces into something that coats a spoon instead of just getting saltier and sharper. In risotto, it adds depth instead of just moisture. Kirkland's Signature Organic Chicken Stock from Costco is another solid option in this tier. Made from organic chicken and vegetables with a clean, readable ingredient list, it behaves like a real cooking ingredient rather than a flavored liquid. It comes in multi-packs of 32-ounce cartons, which makes it a practical pantry staple if you cook regularly. It won't convince anyone it's homemade, but it'll hold up a real dish. These boxed stocks are your baseline. They still come out of a factory, they still live on a shelf, but they start from actual stock and build flavor the way stock is supposed to be built. Bones, vegetables, water, and thyme. If you're cooking soup, risotto, or gravy from a carton, this is the minimum level you should be working at. Now we move up to stock that's rich enough to sip on its own. Pacific Foods Organic Chicken Bone Broth is one of the more accessible entries in this category. Pull it out of the carton and it's noticeably thicker and cloudier than their regular chicken broth. There's more going on in there. It's designed to function both as a sipping broth and a cooking liquid, and it earns that designation. More bones in the production process, longer simmer time, more gelatin extracted as a result. It's not quite what you'd get from a stock pot at home, but it's genuinely in the same neighborhood. Bonafide Provisions Organic Chicken Bone Broth takes it further, and it lives in the freezer section, which is your first clue that something real is happening inside. The ingredient list is exactly what a serious home cook would put in their own pot. Organic chicken bones, water, onions, carrots, celery, herbs, apple cider vinegar. No flavor concentrates, no yeast extract. When you thaw it, it gels. Cold, it wobbles. Hot, it coats your mouth with that silky, collagen-rich texture that you only get from bones that have simmered for a serious amount of time. That texture matters. It changes what a dish does. Bean soup made with real bone broth gets richer and more luxurious without cream. Gravy thickens itself instead of needing a heavy hand with the flour. A simple chicken soup starts to feel like the result of real effort, even if you just opened a container. Zoop. Good, really good chicken bone broth plays in a similar space. Shelf-stable, but with clean ingredients and a flavor profile built for both sipping and cooking. It's not cheap compared to the saltwater and costume category, but you're paying for something that actually does what stock is supposed to do. If your current broth never sets in the fridge and always tastes a little thin and aggressive, try one of these once. It tends to rearrange your expectations permanently. At the top of the real side is stock that barely feels like a packaged product at all. Kettle and Fire Chicken Bone Broth is one of the most well-known names in this space, and the reputation is mostly deserved. It's made by simmering chicken bones with filtered water, vegetables, herbs, and a small amount of apple cider vinegar for an extended period. The ingredient list is short and clean. No yeast extract, no natural chicken flavor, no additives doing quiet work in the background. The protein content is high, typically in the range of 10 grams per cup. Cold, it thickens noticeably. Hot, it drinks like something a serious restaurant might serve as a starter course. Then there's Brodo. Brodo started as a window in New York City, where you could walk up and order a cup of real bone broth the way you'd order a cup of coffee, made by chefs the old-fashioned way, with roasted bones and a long, patient simmer. The operation has grown since then, but the philosophy hasn't changed. Their packaged broths, Hearth, Chicken, and others, are built with the same approach: high-quality bones, real aromatics, no shortcuts. In a bowl, it's a soup base that does most of the cooking for you. In a mug, on a cold afternoon, it's genuinely satisfying in a way that a supplement powder dissolved in hot water simply isn't. These aren't the products you pour into every weeknight pasta situation. They're for when you want a dish to feel like something. A chicken soup that tastes like you spent actual time on it. A risotto that hits the level of something you'd pay for at a restaurant. A braised dish where the liquid becomes the best part. They're also the clearest way to remind yourself what real stock actually tastes like. Once you've had a cup of Kettle and Fire or Brodo alongside a cup of great value, the gap between them is not subtle. It's structural, and it becomes genuinely difficult to go back. Broth and stock might be the single most important invisible ingredient in a home kitchen. They're the foundation for soups, sauces, grains, braises, essentially everything. And they're also one of the easiest places for food companies to sell you a shortcut in a polished package, because most people never flip the carton over. If the ingredient list starts with water, hides behind chicken flavor and yeast extract, and the nutrition panel shows almost no protein, you're not buying stock. If the list reads like a recipe, chicken, bones, vegetables, herbs, salt, then you're in real broth territory. You don't have to make your own stock every weekend to eat well. Just stop letting cartons and cubes pretend to be something they're not. The difference between salt water and a chicken costume and actual stock isn't subtle when you're the one standing at the stove trying to make a meal worth eating. Now, here's a test for our most dedicated viewers. If you type B2E in the comments, I'll know you watched the whole video and will give you major props. Thanks for watching.